Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We're in the Occult Adventures book for this video. This is the continuation of the War Magic series. We are looking at 4th level psionic spells today. We're going through seeing what would be useful that could really impact a military conflict on a larger scale than on the normal way, compared to the normal way the games are ran. Give you creative ideas and such as we look through this. Stuff that might really turn the tide on a battle or add chaos to give y'all an advantage for a short time. So we are going to start with the Mesmerist's 4th level spells, and then we'll look at the Psychics 4th level spells, because there'll be some spells that aren't on both lists. So without further ado, let's read into this and see what ideas we got. Create Mindscape, form an immersive mindscape. Let's see what that actually does. It's you and one creature enter together. Okay, so that's not going to be useful. Erase impressions. Erase psychic impressions from an object. Not going to be useful. Not unless you're using psychic impressions to transfer information. Mind probe. Learn answers from a subject's memories. Now that'd be great to use to interrogate people. Mind wipe. Erase a portion of a target's mind and experiences, inflicting negative levels. That would be mean. And I could see that if you could put that on one use item and use it as ammunition for slings, bows, crossbows, and hit an enemy with that, and they all of a sudden get negative levels. The most soldiers that are usually raised up in an army would be between level 1 and 5. And those would be the standard soldiers. So anything that would drop them a level or 2 would give you more of an advantage. Writing possession as possession, but you observe instead of control the subject. Synapsis overload, deal 1d6 points of damage per level and stagger target for 1 minute. If you put that on some ammunition and you hit an enemy with that, it's a 4th level spell, so it's going to be, you're going to at least be almost 7th level to cast it. So that's 76 points of damage. That would kill most of the soldiers in the army from an impact of that. The downside is this would be expensive to mass produce because it's a 4th level spell. But if the kingdom has enough funds, or if it's ran by mages and has an abundance of funds, then you wouldn't have anything to worry about there. Telepathy, communicate mentally with creatures within 100 feet. Synaptic pulse, greater, but for 1d4 rounds. It stuns creatures in a 30-foot radius. So this would stun them for 1d4 rounds instead of 1 round. So I could see that. Since it's a 30-foot radius, that would give you an advantage too, because they're stunned and not acting. So you hit a section of a shield wall with that. Maybe you give like 4 or 5 of your soldiers in for every 100 soldiers you got making up a wall, and that guy that's 2 rows back in that number uses a sling and launches this into the middle of the group that's in front of him. And then from there, they're stunned and can't really fight back, so you have more of an advantage of getting attacks off while they can't fight you for a D4 rounds. Thought Sense, automatically detect nearby conscious creatures. That'd be great for detecting invisible creatures or characters, as well as characters that are hiding. The downside is I don't know how to put that on a one-use item to make it massively available for the military. Now, if you put it on an item that's permanent use, then it's the regular item creation rules. So we're on the psychic spell list now. Aura Alteration, Condense Ether. Creates a planar conjunction that slows movement, penalize AC and reflex save, and imposes a mischance on ranged attack. That can be very useful. So let's dive into that one. It'll last 1 minute per level. It's a 20-foot radius, which is great. The range of the spell is 100 feet plus 10 feet per level. You condense the substance of the ethereal plane as it interpenetrates the material plane. This thickened planar conjunction slows movement through the area to a crawl. Creatures moving through condensed ether move at only half their normal speed and can take 5-foot steps. And can't take 5-foot steps. This slowing of movement doesn't stack with solid fog or similar effects. Creatures within condensed ether take a -2 to their armor class and on reflex saves. And condensed ether prevents effective ranged weapon attacks. Even magic rays and similar ranged attacks suffer a 20% mischance on attacks into or passing through condensed ether. This mischance is not based on concealment, and blind fight, true seeing, and similar effects do not reduce it. I could see if you could get it in a glass bead that you could drop into an area where the soldiers are, that could be useful. Downside is now if you wanted to try to handle them with ranged attacks after that, while that's in effect, you would have a lot of issues. Mostly the 20% mischance issues. Create Mindscape Ego Whip 2. As Eagle Whip 1, but a -4 penalty and staggered for 1d4 rounds. Id Insinuation 3. As Id Insinuation 1, but affects 3 creatures and has stronger confusion effect. Not going to be greatly useful. Intellect Fortress 1. Suppress emotion and fear effects in a 20-foot radius as an immediate action. Intellect Fortress 1 could be very useful for your soldiers. Put that on a bunch of one-use marbles, beads, and have them break that whenever some of their soldiers start panicking from fear effects or fear spells. That would give them a bigger bonus to saves against it. Mental Barrier 3. Mind Probe, learn answers from subjects' memories. Yep. Mind Thrust. Yep. Mind Thrust 4. That would be very useful as a put on a one-use ammunition, such as a bullet, arrow, crossbow, bolt. Because that one goes up to 15 d8s in damage. And by the time you would have it, you would be about 7th level, so it's 7 d8s worth of damage. And since the average warrior's hit dice is a d8 and the fighter's hit dice is a d10, that should be enough to take out someone that might be level 5. Mind wipe. Erase a portion of the target's mind and experiences. Yep. A greater ordinary core. That one's good because that makes them panic. And this is even better because it does strength damage. So what I said about it in the previous video would be applicable to that one. So putting on some ammunition and using it. Riding possession. Synaptic scramble. If you could use synaptic scramble on, say, impact trigger, so say sling bullets, and hit a bunch of the enemy's armor with it, this would cause the target, prevents the target from communicating, causes it to act randomly. So that would give you a lot of bonus. Say you create 30 of these and those 30 guys shoot it into the thickest part of the enemy's forces. Now that section of the military is acting very confused and not acting cohesive. You all can take advantage of that and start smashing that section of the line. Thought shield. Thought sense. Automatically, yep, that's everything then. So, not as, which is the theme of this, not as much useful information as I was expecting to be converted into very effective military spells. But that seems to be the effects of psionics. Psionics are very one-on-one type of spells for the most part. And a lot of them are designed to counter other psychics. So there's 2 more levels we're going to go through, so 2 more episodes of this, and then this book will be finished. So until we all game again, guys.